How's it, guys? Welcome back to another video. This is day 8 of trading the funded account and we have officially passed phase 2. What a journey it's been. I mean, in 8 days we've officially passed phase 1 and passed phase 2 and now onto the funded phase where we can push for payouts. The reason why I'm doing this video is not to get subscribers and views, which thank you so much for the support. We've really grown this channel so far and I'll keep on pushing good valuable content out there for you guys so that you can learn something from my channel. But other than that, to show my legitimacy within this industry, to show that I know what I'm doing. Every trade that I've done has been broken down to the T, exactly why I've taken the trade. It's not just out of some hoax or hiccup. I was not aiming for 1,000%ers. I was not aiming to pass the account in a day or two. I was taking my time with this challenge, selecting only good ideas that I know I would put money behind. This video, we caught a buy on German 40. I'm going to explain exactly why I took the trade, how I managed it, and why it was the trade that finished off this challenge. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn that notification bell because I will continuously bring you valuable content. Let's get into the video. So as I said in every single video, the first thing that we always want to identify is the flows within the market. So if we jump down to the daily time frame, we just want to identify exactly what is going on in this market. As I said, we always want to identify flows in the market, and what we can clearly see was that previous day flows were bearish, right? Again, but overall flows have been a little bit in the bullish side of things. As you know, again, the market doesn't just go straight up. It likes to push up, correct, and then continue going up. So today, again, regardless of flows, we want to see where stats is currently going within the day. So jumping down to the 15 minutes, we want to see where the Asian range was breakout. On the 15, we were traveling above EMA, which is just another good sign within our trade idea. But let's see how price starts to develop. So we see price extends itself past the Asian range. And if we look at the stats at Edgefall, it was a 78% green candle day for the day, right? And an 81% red candle day if it broke below. So already we have 78% chance of the daily candle ending green and bullish. So a bit of stats in our favor. It's not the best stats that you want to see in terms of seeing the Asian range breakout, but we only have 78%. But if it break below, it was 81%. We would have, if it flipped, it would have been a little bit better in our favor. But overall, still a really good idea. 78%, I'll take bets on that, right? We broke above Asian range. What I did is I dropped down to the 5 minutes, and I wanted to identify exactly where my demand area is, right? So we can see price extended itself and then pushed up again off that EMA. Again, I'm sitting on my hands until I see price pull back up into this level on the 5 minute, right? It's aligning with value, overnight high, it's aligning with EMA, it's aligning with demand. And not only that, if I want to take my fib tool from the top to the bottom, we can see it actually aligns quite perfectly with the 61 and 71 area. So again, that's where I'd like to take my position. I want to see price extend to the 27 mark with a short stop loss, almost reaching 3R at that point, right? So we want to see price extend. We want to see how price is going to react once it reaches to our level. So at the moment, all we're going to do is sit on our hands and be patient with it, right? At this time, it was 8:25. Again, we wanted to enter at London session open, as that's where the volume starts to come in, right? So we can see price starts to extend itself a little bit more. Boom, 9 o'clock opens. We get a beautiful reaction out of this level, right? Straight, if we drop down to the 3 minutes, we can see we get a beautiful reaction out of this level. We entered our position just after that pullback at that point, right? So then I minimized my stops again to try and make it that 2.8%. Then we see a straight bullish engulfing candle after the correction in the markets. Again, what you'll see 10 to 1 on German 40. If you guys like to trade German 40, a little strat or something that I always keep in mind is wherever the 9 o'clock candle opens, and if it opens bearish, 10 to 1, it would like to push bullish, right? It's like almost the market or the owl candle just creating its bearish wick before the bullish rise. And that can be vice versa. If it pushes bullish first, there can be a correction in the market where the owl candle actually ends off bearish, right? And we can clearly see at 9 o'clock open, there was no bullish candle. So it wanted to fill that area. So we got a beautiful reaction out of that area on the 3 minutes. We entered our position. position. Demand was holding, 61 was holding, and 71 was holding, as well as our overnight high. Can you see how overnight high gets tapped beautifully there and then starting to retrace? We didn't enter off the initial tap, but again, we wanted a little bit more confirmation. It was a very high volume trade, so we dropped down to the next 3 minutes and we wanted to see how it react, right? So we entered our position, we got beautiful engulfing and straight up into our level, which hit our TP at the 27 mark. As you can see, yeah, I'll leave a screenshot on the screen. That was a 40 grand day for that trade idea. Absolutely perfect, exactly what we're looking for. And it left us with this, obviously passing the funded account. Now I just need to do the KYC process, and then we can get a payout. We're going to start to get our funded account. So again, if you guys have seen this whole journey and every trade that I've taken, even the one that we took a loss, I mean, we've had a pretty good win rate overall on this challenge. But even with the one I lost, I'm always trying to focus on the same things day in, day out. Looking for my demand, looking for my EMA, overnight high, because it's proven to work. And that's why I'm showing you this challenge, because a lot of people online try to overcomplicate things with massive big words to try and sound smart, when essentially trading is supposed to be simple as possible. Where it's complex and there's all these big words and you're looking for SMT divergent, I'm not to say that ICT doesn't work. It's proven to work. But if it's complicated for you to understand, it's going to take longer for you to actually become profitable with this strategy, as you need to build up data. I've built up data around my strategy. It's proven to work. I do this live in front of my students on a day-to-day basis. I'm going to leave a link in this video to book a call with me to join my team if that's something you'd be interested in. As we trade live, we give roadmap plans, a step-by-step guide on exactly how to turn trading into a business. So what I would do, and what I'm going to show you within this challenge still, is once I've gotten a payout from the funded account, I'm going to start diversifying that into the crypto and stock space, so we can start to build an investment portfolio with this challenge. Let's see, maybe I'll turn this whole challenge just from a funded account maybe into a whole series of turning this specific funded account into a trading business model, in terms of taking the profits that we're earning off the prop firm, splitting and diversifying into stocks and crypto, so that we can get good annual yield, so that we can diversify income from this specific account. And that's essentially what you should be doing. So depending on this likes, depending on the views and how requested the series is, I will potentially take this one further and say from prop firm all the way to trading business model. That would be quite interesting. But anyways, so really good trade idea. I'll take this any day of the week, just to show you exactly where price actually extended itself. We did hold a position on our personal account, which is really cool. We made a bit of cash on there too. And we can see it kind of pulled back, holding that EMA once again holding that EMA, and then extending to that 61 target. And maybe a little bit further if we see where price extended and actually went a lot further. So if we held our position all the way to that point, it would have been a 6R. Again, stats in our favor. We're looking for the same thing on a day-to-day basis. Again, you guys can watch these videos and try and replicate the strategy, but trading is very much like swimming. You can read all the books, you can watch all the videos, but if you've never swam before and you jump in the ocean, you're going to drown. Practical work and practical guidance is probably one of the most important things, and it actually helped me become profitable myself. I had guys that I watched live trading as well. It just expanded my knowledge at a fast pace, and I was able to acquire the skill after 3 years of failing, finally to get to that profitable stage. So that's why if you guys are still watching YouTube videos trying to pass this thing, it definitely can work, but you're still going to take 2, 3, 4 years to apply the strategy and be consistent in it, as you need to build up data behind it. And if you've been watching YouTube videos and you haven't been building data behind your strategy because you don't want to invest into a mentorship program or the knowledge, then you're already not on the right track. You need to track your data to see exactly what mistakes you're making, where you can improve, so that you can stay ahead of the markets. But I hope you guys enjoyed, hope you learned something within this video. Again, phase 2 done. The last two videos will be obviously me maybe taking 1 or 2 trades to get a payout, receiving that payout into my bank account, and then depending again on the likes and how requested the further of the series will be, then I will turn it into a trading business model and rediversifying into crypto and stocks, etc. So hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on that notification bell. Peace out.